Okay, so I just threw a few parts on that German machine, and in the spirit of having something to work on because YouTube content, this needs a few upgrades that have been consistently pushed off since about November. Alright, so this is hot pipes. These are the originals, evidently. They've seen some stuff. Takes about 30 minutes to take out. It goes up right in the back of the engine, which means I couldn't really get a camera in there and, actually do things. So here's our new ones. They are from InGen. Comes with all the hardware and paperwork and, and it's pretty easy to put in. Okay, so I didn't film any of that because there was lots of swearing and you couldn't see anything anyway, but our hot pipe is in. So that's good. And our cold pipe here, I believe InGen sent us the wrong part. Something's missing. I don't know. But, just in case it needs to be moved, we put the old one back in so at least the car is runnable. So. That would explain the rattle. The highest quality frame fixers. There you go. No more rattle.
Gotta get the heavy duty version.
Oh. Alright, that's in there. Some persuasion and some used OEM hardware later. There we are. It looks like shielding. For our brakes, so I already have it in there. I have a Mazda 5 bracket from an 05 to 07 and 2008 to 2010 Volvo S80 rear rotors, and apparently they just bolt right up. For these Torx holding in your caliper, you need a T45 Torx. I already have it on here.
That's why you always have to check your wrench, because you don't know where you're standing, whether it's backwards. Just up the
In typical Ford fashion, you see my ratchet here. Yeah, it doesn't really line up.
gotta grease this.
Okay, so it's a 15 up here, 13 up here. Turn both ways, just loosen this up.
Oh.
Welcome to
You know what? We might have to spray it.
Alright.
Alright, we gotta spray that with something.
She don't want to go.
Yeah. Well, we have another option.
What?
Taking the upper nut off instead.
I like that option. Attempt number 2. Let's see if this comes up.
Number 22.
In typical Rust Belt fashion, all the hardware is either snapped or frozen. For our brake support bracket here, it's held in by a 14mm. So let's get to it. Now you're going to put on your new parts. This is a rotor from a 2008 to 2010 Volvo V70. And this is a brake bracket from a 2006 to 2008 Mazda 5. Besides that, you just put the rotor on and you put on this new bracket. You even use the Mazda hardware. So what you're going to want to do is when you put your Volvo rotor on, take 2 of your wheel lugs that I'm taking off here and put them flat down, and then it will hold itself for the bracket.
You got an ant in my shirt.
Oh, that's great. Look at that. Ooh, she's done.
Oh yeah. Put a little bit of little bit of grease where it slides. Don't want too much. If you put too much, it'll splash over on your pads and on your rotors.
And you're going to put your, if you move, you're going to put your little spring in the pad there. It comes with the hardware.
Back one doesn't slide at all.
Like, you're going to want to take that plastic clip there and obviously pop it back in. That is a 7mm bolt. Your e-brake won't work if you keep it loose like that.
A screw-in piston, so you got to physically turn it back in.
So you can't just use a C-clamp?
Nope. Well, what it does is it's because of the emergency brake. Because the emergency brake is integrated into it. I don't know.
How much is that kit?
I have no idea.
Is it Harbor Freight?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's cheap.
Yeah, it's probably $59.
Okay, so you're gonna want one person to push the brake pedal and the other person spins the rotor. First of all, make sure everything's working. Okay, so now it is time to reconnect the stabilizer bar. This is a Moog sway bar end link. It is the one that came without bushings, being the other one snapped, which is a little disappointing. This spare one will now come in handy. The torque spec is 105 foot-pounds. So some bad news, we're not out of the woods. I'm going to throw up 2 images of my rear rotors. One rotor seems to be already discolored. The other one doesn't seem to be doing anything at all. So new calipers have been ordered. They will be here today. Noticing the hose ends were bloated. So here we have 2 hoses for the ends. I know at least one was bloated. And 2 new calipers. Oh, this is lovely.
Yes, we need brakes.
It's a 14 mil, by the way. Yeah, there's fluid in there.
Here, straighten the hose out. Turn it. That isn't going all the way?
That's sparkly. Well, upon first glance, I saw this and I went, and there is, in fact, a screen. See, right there.
You've already seen this. It's a T45 Torx, 14 millimeter. You get the gist. Kind of just putting it back together in the opposite direction of taking it apart. And of course, you bleed the brakes. Floor.
Okay, do it again.
Hey, the first part's off. Okay, ventilation.
What I did was I put the hose inside of the fluid, and when you open it up, it bubbles.
Fluid.
That's some old fluid.
That will be the end of the video. Unfortunately, I wanted to change the transmission fluid, but there's not enough time. It's Thursday. I need the car on Saturday, and I'm going to need it for about the next 3 weeks. So I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to leave a like, favorite, and subscribe.